are entering ENC's Pod of Awesomeness.
All right, so this week, the ENC Pod of Awesomeness, it's a little bit different. Yes, you still get my velvety deep tones. However, you won't hear the annoying, high-pitched, whiny chirping of the Birdman. Instead, we have a guest host for our Q&A edition. We have the Phoenixed one, Betty Phoenix, a.k.a. my wife.
So I just came in here to put in a load of laundry, and I got a headset thrown on me.
Yeah, you're stuck now.
That's how it
works. You're now indentured.
Yeah.
You're stuck here with me now. But on a serious note, Jay had to go up to Canada for a funeral this week, and I'll let him explain next week when he comes back if he so chooses. But bigger things, important things. So I actually do send him my best, and he'll be back next week, folks. In the meantime, we got a lot to talk about.
We do?
Yeah, we do.
What are we talking about?
So this is what I'm going to fill you in on. This is what Jay and I do. We sit here,
okay,
and we ramble on incessantly.
See, I've been a guest. I don't really know how to steer this ship. I'm going to have to look to you for.
Jay doesn't either.
Oh, that's kind of mean.
I steer it, and he just throws in his funny tidbits every once in a while.
See, I think that there's a little bit of bird cruelty, unfairness that happens on a regular basis.
A little animal cruelty here.
I'm going to stand. Well, being a fellow bird myself, coming from the bird family.
Damn it!
I feel that I have to stand up for my kinmen.
Your bird brethren.
Bird brethren.
That'd be hard to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, you know how to listen to us. Subscribe in Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, however you listen to these things. Don't forget to leave a 5-star splash review, brother, sister, brother. Oh, I gotta
sister,
I
know.
I gotta say brother, sister, or sister, brother now. I'm not used to this.
Yes.
Oh, man.
This is good. This is forward progress.
This is we've talked about how this is like wrestling's feminist podcast.
Yes.
This just adds to it.
That's good. Keeping it inclusive. I like what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what we do. So this week on the ENC show on the WWE Network, we had May the Push Be With You, which was our episode this week. And I know you're a huge Star Wars goon.
Me?
Yeah.
Goon?
I
feel like I'm in the majority of folks on this planet. You are in the minority not being a Star Wars nerd. I'm just telling you that right now.
Listen. It's not that I don't enjoy it. I just can't recite to you every character from the wonton bar or whatever it's called.
Wonton bar. Ugh.
Right?
Painful. No.
Pon isn't that where what he dug out and got in?
Oh, it's a tauntaun.
That was close.
No.
Pon, tauntaun.
Oh.
Tomato.
You're embarrassing yourself. Just stop.
Well, anyway, I was able to help create a show with wrestling references and Star Wars references, so I knew enough. And it was a fun one this week. There's a weird one coming this coming week that's out there.
It's saying a lot to call your show, say a weird episode in the scope of what we've seen so far. I think that's setting the bar pretty high.
These next two just go beyond weird.
Wow, what is beyond weird? What could be weirder?
You just gotta wait and see.
Okay.
Honey.
All right.
No, okay. So all that being said, huge week within the scuffling industry.
It was.
And you were there.
I was. Guess where it was?
It was in Phoenix.
Phoenix, right.
So, of course.
I was there. TakeOver named their entire pay-per-view after me.
Oh, TakeOver Phoenix. Nice.
Yes.
And hosers, she left me alone. She left me. She's a rock star now.
No.
She's a traveling troubadour. She's got the wanderlust. She's a gypsy. She's back to being the gypsy. And she goes out to Phoenix, her namesake, and she scorches the desert. And she goes out and calls commentary on the Women's Royal Rumble, and she hobnobs with everyone. And I was dad, and the girls they overran me.
Now, while everything you just said happened exactly as you said it, I did scorch the desert and such. However, I feel a lot of pride in, being this forward-thinking couple that we are. I like to contribute to the family as well. I want to go out and do my thing and enjoy my career as well.
And I have no problem being Mr. Mom.
No.
I'm just saying they steamrolled me this weekend.
Well,
I still got this damn cold, as you can tell. I don't know what's wrong with me, folks. I've had a cold / vertigo / sinus infection / listen to my voice right now. I've had it for like 2 months. It's probably time to go to a doctor.
I have been encouraging that. Yes, that would be good.
Yeah. I'm not fighting this one off. So Royal Rumble.
How about Royal Rumble? How about it?
Actually, how about NXT TakeOver first?
Okay.
And I know.
Okay.
And I know you were flying.
Yes.
That day, so you didn't get to catch it. So
I had some wildness. Yes.
I'm gonna tell you some of the stuff that happened.
Okay. I know the gist of it, but firsthand, I'd love to hear this.
All right. So I said last week, I said that the Undisputed Era and the War Raiders were going to open up the show, and they did. Mm-hmm. And I said they could very well steal the show. This was a tough show to steal, but they might have stolen it. It was so good.
Are you taking credit for that, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Are you
totally rocket strapped?
Okay. I'm just
making
sure I'm understanding that
It
correctly.
has nothing to do with the 4 talents and the cool entrances.
Right.
And
No. Okay. All right. I'm just
All
okay.
right.
Continue painting this picture because it's awesome.
So anyway, the War Raiders had this amazing Viking entrance with these Vikings coming out and slamming their shields, and it was all very, very cool.
You're very biased, by the way.
I am
to the
extremely
War Raiders.
biased.
Yes.
But I love Undisputed Era too because they don't have a bad match. But the whole entrance, everything was super cool. It set the tone for the entire show. Just a great match. The only thing I'm noticing with tag team matches in NXT is that whole 5 count thing.
Yes.
That's out the window. And I don't know when that got thrown out the window because I remember it being very strictly enforced when I was in a tag team.
It was a thing. Yes.
Yeah.
It was even during my tenure there as well. But yeah, I think I'm seeing it stretched more and more, which we know from, watching classic matches, the Hart Foundation and the Rockers, that little bit of leeway can make for some like really interesting moments and building some chaos that you can't necessarily get when there's a strict adherence to like the 5 count.
Yeah, it does definitely. It's a bit of a handcuff. Mm-hmm. I always felt like that. It forced you to, I don't know if work smarter is not the right term, but it forced you to be more creative in terms of trying to adhere to that like 5-second rule. Mm-hmm. However, it limited your creativity too.
Right.
Because you couldn't do as much stuff. And in any event, this tag team match, some of the things they did were so cool and so creative and really highlighted all of the guys' strengths. Like Rowe at one point, he had, I think it was Roddy for a slam, but somehow had Kyle O'Reilly for a power bomb and was holding them both and power slammed one and power bombed the other. It was just and Hansen just showed how athletic he is. The handstand back elbow, a la Muda, just really, really cool, fun stuff. Great match, set the tone. And then just went from there. He had Ono and Riddle, which was really, really physical. They were stomping the crap out of each other.
I love Riddle, by the way. He's just like, I don't know. He's got this charisma that just like,
It's a weird charisma.
It is.
We had him on the pod and he is a charismatic guy. It just oozes out of him and he's not trying. It's just him.
He's someone I just want to watch. And
he has there's always going to be the comparisons. There's a little bit of the RVD vibe, but then something entirely different because he has an MMA background.
Right.
And RVD could have too, I think, actually. It just wasn't around when RVD started.
Right.
So, my gosh, from there it was Ricochet and Gargano. I don't even know how to explain it.
I don't think you have to or should try. I think that's one of those like magical unicorn combinations.
I don't even get it. Like, I don't even understand how a human can do the things that Ricochet does.
Yeah.
Like, I watch him and I go, he has to be one of the best athletes in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Pound for pound, his strength, his speed, like doing things that legitimately defy gravity.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I know.
Like, my body can't even like. I can't factor. It doesn't compute with me. You see how confused I am.
Yes,
right now.
I see. You're definitely perplexed.
And that's in no way to take away from the athleticism of Johnny, because obviously he's a freak too, and really is a nice counterpiece to Ricochet. And you saw the chemistry they had and everything, and it was a Marvel movie. Is how I think I explained it.
Yeah,
it reminded me of like a fight scene in Black Panther or something.
Yeah, only no strings.
Yeah. Only they're doing it.
Yeah.
But Ricochet just does stuff, man, that I don't know how a human body does it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think that what's really cool about NXT and what I enjoy about it so much, and aside from like, I feel that this resonates with the audience too, is that NXT seems to be like kind of at the forefront of this like groundswell, and then you see it bleed over to the main roster, to Raw and SmackDown. These talents that, when you and I were in the quote unquote developmental system, which is, kind of what NXT, I guess, represents, there wasn't any way to get that like mainstream attention, and in NXT, you're almost building a fan base, in this separate brand before, and a lot of these guys obviously come from, independent backgrounds as well, so they've already got some fan base to bring with them, but it's like really neat. Like you were talking about the tag team matches. I feel like NXT has been like this boiling point, creating these like amazing tag teams, maybe creating interest in a renaissance that's inspiring some movement in that direction on the Raw and SmackDown rosters. And someone like Ricochet, I don't think we talk about, maybe 10 years ago, you would have talked about Ricochet like a cruiserweight, but I don't think he's limited to that anymore, just because his talent is so outstanding.
Well, and it's changed. The athleticism is just more, I mean, it's off the rails, the athleticism. Yeah. And you think back to the era, for instance, when I was in there and I was considered a smaller guy and I was working at 6'4", 240.
Yeah.
That now I'd be one of the bigger guys.
Yeah, I mean, it was always regarded as the land of the dinosaurs. We've talked about that too. Coming out of the wrestling business into the quote unquote real world, we're a little desensitized to seeing, men like Big Show walking around, and then you forget that, you're a big man, you're a huge man yourself, but we're a little like, desensitized.
Specifically in that old locker room and,
for sure.
Kind of the old lay of the land. But that being said, it's gotten far more athletic because before it was Ray, and I know people are going to say, "Oh, there's psychosis," and I know
who's that person that says that.
I can't believe you're forgetting these folks. I know, but Ray was the one I always think of, and but now it's just the athleticism has changed so much, the client has changed so much. You have a Daniel Bryan as WWE champion, and we'll talk about his new hemp belt because oh my gosh, that thing's amazing.
It's pretty rad. I'm not gonna lie.
So cool. We got a lot to talk about, and then we got a whole lot of questions.
We do, and I feel like I'm already rambling, and it's only like
you've barely even. Yeah, I'm the one rambling.
This is the most I've talked in forever that didn't involve sit down, shut up.
You don't say shut up.
I don't know.
Don't make yourself like a bad
silly Nelly.
Yes. Yeah, no kids. They're in bed. So after Ricochet and I don't even remember the order. I think it was Bianca Belair and Shayna. And I think you got to catch more of that than I did. Man,
Bianca's on a tear. Like, what a beast that girl is.
She's a freak.
She is a freak.
I mean that in a good way.
Yeah, she's like picked up everything so quickly. And I mean, she's just like that type of athlete that, I mean, you can't touch her. You can't touch her in the gym. And she's got like, okay, so she's in a different league of her own physically. Like, and she's also super young. She's got a huge, long career in front of her. And we haven't even like scratched the surface with her. But she's got confidence and she can cut a promo and she can talk, buys it, and believes it. And that, you know what I mean? Like, that's that combination, that magic it factor that like you can't force that. You got to be born with that, I feel like.
And it was a great test for her. To have that platform and to have, here's the thing, you put somebody in that platform and they sink or swim. And it's a great learning experience. The only way to teach someone how to excel on that level is to put them in that level.
Yeah.
And to put them in with someone experienced and let them go and see what happens. and it might be a failed experiment, or it might be just a work in progress, but this wasn't. It was a really, really good match.
It was creative. I really liked, some of the counters they did, and they really showcased Bianca's strengths in a really cool way, because Shayna's deadly, and she is in her groove. I love what Shayna's doing, and she's a leader in the ring. You can tell that, she has that confidence too. So like on paper, that's a great combination for a match. And and I just loved, they did some really creative stuff that I felt like really made Bianca stand out. It was like a coming out moment for her.
It was a coming out party.
Yeah. But still, Shayna got that edge on her, and I see what I did there.
Oh,
And
boo.
boo. I'm not as clever as Jay, sorry.
Oh, yes, you are.
But yeah, and then, Shayna's gonna, I feel like, move on to even bigger things.
I don't. Both are.
Yeah, I don't know what the plan is for Shayna, but I could see her, getting her opportunity soon. She's really done a great job this past year and come into her own.
And it's interesting with the influx of a lot of women going up to Raw or SmackDown. The lay of the land in NXT, it's changed.
Yeah.
With Lacey Evans going up, we'll talk about her in the Rumble and everything like that. But so you got Kairi Sane, Io Shirai.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's still stocked and loaded down there, but it's getting to be really stacked. Like, and Jay and I have talked about this. There's a whole generation of girls that are seeing that this is now possible and feasible and viable. Like, you can go to the WWE now and have a career and have a long, tenured career. And I think you're just going to have a whole generation of talents that are waiting to knock down the doors.
Yeah, I think because, the weight of the women in the industry, obviously they're becoming a money draw, but what they bring to the table is so much different. It's not based on your looks, which, I hate to say this, but there was some sort of sense of a timestamp on age. If you were only there based on your looks, there was kind of an expiration date on that, and it always was in favor of younger women. And this has broadened the scope for women that have traveled and worked all over the place and given new opportunities. It's not just your career's over at 30. It's I'm coming into whereas the men would work into their 40s. You know what I mean? And that always felt very frustrating for me, because I'm at that age, you're just starting to really learn and come into your own and know yourself, so.
Well, and the Mae Young Classic, which you also called, was a huge example of that.
Yeah.
Just the age bracket and just everybody was different. But that's a whole different conversation.
Yes.
And now we got to get
You're
to the
digressing.
I am digressing, so I'm going to pull us back. See, this is what I do. Aleister Black. I almost said Aleister Crowley. What the hell? Aleister Black. And sorry, I was just thinking of old Satanists.
Yes.
And Tommaso Ciampa.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really enjoyed this match. And I enjoyed it because it was so different from everything else on the show. They took a chance. They took a risk by working the leg, which is a huge challenge to pull off. And very few have done it over the years. The masters of it are like Brett, Flair, Sean, in the selling department. And then you have an Undertaker whose selling of the leg was amazing. And it's Steamboat Morton. But other than that, it's tough to pull off. And I thought they did. I thought Ciampa had some really creative leg stuff. And what I really liked is that Black sacrificed a lot of his offense looking crisp and looking cool by making it look like a struggle and a fight. And I really enjoyed that. It was it felt gritty and it felt like a fight. Whereas Ricochet and, like I said, Gargano felt like a CGI movie. This felt like a raging bull, like a fight in an alley.
Right. Well, we were talking about the psychology of working a leg and how that changes the arsenal that you have, and it can be a slow paced match, especially for like you said, Alistair's most of his offense is
it's strikes, it's kicks, and it's knees. Yeah, I mean
it's a challenging story to tell in a match, but it also it can really get people invested, because I think you can paint a really really interesting, like heartfelt picture. You can really, I think that's the type of selling you can do. And like the first that does come to my mind is Brett, because, you know, it's the little things. It's like, you know, you go to whip somebody off the ropes and they stumble and they can't just, you know, go back to having a flow and running the ropes beautifully. You know, the little things that really can make you suspend your disbelief and get into that moment and be like, oh, you know, there's really some jeopardy at this moment in the match.
And not many people do it anymore, so it stands out. And it was a nice tip in their cap, a nice feather in their cap.
Did I say a bird feather?
A tip of their cap.
A feather in their bird cap.
There we go, a bird feather in their cap. To try it and pull it off.
Yeah,
you know? So that was Takeover, top to bottom. Oh my gosh, it was a really, really good show. I put the girls to bed Saturday night. I was really excited about it, and I got all, you know, ready to go. And then I realized about halfway through, no commentary on the show, but I was like, I am so tired. And the girls are going to be up at 6, so I got to go to bed and catch the next half. And I did.
Beth left me. She left me, guys.
She left me alone.
She left me.
And then Royal Rumble itself.
Yes.
We're not going to be able to cover all of this.
We could try. I mean,
okay, so
I was there.
the first thing that really jumped out to me was the Finn Balor, who was our guest last week, and Brock Lesnar match. And I told you about it, and I was just raving about it because, man, it was so well done. Brock, man, he I don't know whose idea it is to come up with the ideas. Maybe it's his, to come up with the things that he sells in order for it to just feel different. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know who it feels like an Arn Anderson.
Yeah.
You know, running into the edge of a table and like selling like an abdominal muscle is torn.
But I think sometimes it's those types of moments that like really connect with the crowd, because all of us have smashed their toe into a door. You've ran into the corner of a table. You know how much that hurts, like half speed, you know, running after your dog or something. Like when you see Brock with all that mass and size and impact hit that corner, and you can recall that moment where it hurt you, you know, I feel like that really like pulls you in when you do those real life cringy, you know, types of ugly things that aren't necessarily the athletic acrobatics that the crowd can't really relate to. Like, I've never taken a 450 bump, you know what I mean? So I don't know what that feels like, but you know, I have, like I said, smashed my elbow or ran into a
bang your hip. On
exactly. And it hurts like hell. And so I think like, and also just like Brock was on point. Finn was on, like those two guys, again, like what a match on paper, and it completely delivered. And I think every time I see Brock perform, I'm like, wow, there's the reason he's the draw in the company where he is. You know, he just phenomenal.
This one really, I thought the whole David and Goliath thing going in, and then that happened, and as they were going, like every movement caused Brock pain. I was like, oh, they're really telling the story well. Mm-hmm. And Finn, man, he played his part to perfection.
Yep.
He really, really, I was so proud of him. I was so happy for him. And I thought that match did more for him. That 15-minute match did more for him so far than anything else in his entire run. I thought that really, you know, if they ever doubted whether the people accepted him, if they ever doubted whether he could, you know, hold that role or also be believable against a guy like Brock, yes, the way they did it and they put it together made it very believable, but he held up his end of the bargain. It was just really, really well done. And the thing that I liked almost more than the match was the fact that Brock acted like a big spoiled baby at the end because he got hurt. Mm-hmm. So he got mad that he got hurt and kept going back, which made Balor feel like so much more of a threat. Right. Because now Brock was, because he was reacting that way, it made Balor a huge threat.
He felt embarrassed in the match and had to get his comeuppance
and threatened. His masculinity was threatened and all of these things. Mm-hmm. And that did so much. It was so well done.
Brock did, yeah. He gave himself a memeable moment in there too. We had that GIF that will live on forever.
Whatever they call it.
Yeah.
The kids these days.
Yeah. But no, I agree. I think, like, you know, this sounds a little cliche, but for me, that was like Finn's like Rocky surviving Apollo. Like, he didn't win, but that this is the guy. This is again like you cannot recreate that kind of a magic in that moment.
It was Rocky Drago.
Yeah. But
with Drago going over.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that one. I just thought it was so well done. But I don't even know where to start.
I know.
Becky, Asuka, I really enjoyed it. I did not get the finish whatsoever, but interesting choice. I think, and not even Asuka going over, just the tapping out and all. I was like, okay, well, this is an odd choice. I thought something must be up, and we saw in the Women's Royal Rumble that something was. Yeah,
bigger picture, bigger story to look at, and I think like Asuka Becky was hard hitting. Like both those women, they have I feel like Becky has a little Japanese style in her sometimes with her strikes and the way she approaches the match, very strong style kind of approach. But yeah, they had a fantastic match. Like we had such a female heavy card, and I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, but I had this awesome moment in the locker room. I told you this, and I just have to say it because it was so emotional. It's so special. After the Women's Royal Rumble was done, I went back to the locker room. We just had this like really great moment, and I had this thought in my head and my heart. I was like 50 women performed on this show tonight. Like I don't know the exact number, but it was around 50 women. 50 women. Think about it, and think about like 10 years ago when we would struggle to maybe get 2 women on the show, and I just like
if at all.
Yeah, if at all. And I just felt like I had like this like giddy win moment. It was just like a win. I don't know how to describe it. Like not that it is a competition, but it is like it was like this moment where I felt like, whoa, if there was equality, tonight was the night. And it wasn't just that like, the girls beat the boys. It was like the boys were rooting for the girls. Like all along behind the scenes, I think there's a misconception that it's like the women are bitter and like after the spots that the guys have. It's not. The men have been just as integral in giving us the skill and helping us learn and get through situations that were difficult and being supports to us. I mean, you as a talent, you were a leader in that too. You always took time to talk to the girls' tag matches and live events and watch us. And, when the leaders took interest in helping the women that wanted to progress, I think that gave us hope in lean times, like we've called it, the lean times.
In the lean years.
But yeah, we had this like big high five. It was like, yes, like this is where it could be. This is where it should be. And yeah, back to the show anyways. So we had, Becky and Asuka. And then we had Sasha and Ronda.
And I want to bring up a quick point before we get to Sasha and Ronda, and that by Becky tapping and then going to, again, getting ahead of ourselves, Becky challenging Ronda at WrestleMania, it shows that she can tap out, and Ronda's a tap out master.
Yep.
So they laid that groundwork. Sasha, Ronda, then we got to get rolling to these Royal Rumbles and then get to our Q&A.
Yes. So can I say
yes.
Can I get a word?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
sorry. I'm just got to represent Jay. It's equality, right? We're talking about equality here. Equal time,
you don't
right?
Need to represent them, really.
I got to sit in the crowd. Well, like in my little gorilla. I don't know, not gorilla.
Alcove.
Yeah, the little alcove where they hide all of us when we're like switching announcers, because there's like we have like like NASCAR where they do like the changing the
pit
tires.
Change.
Yeah, we're like the pit crew like waiting for the countdown when it goes black for like 3 seconds, where we like dive in and put on the headset for the next.
Yeah,
team.
Well, they change 4 tires in 1 second.
Yeah,
so
well, I'm slow moving now. I don't know if you've noticed. Got some knee issues, so it's going to take me longer than 3 seconds. But anyway, so I'm in my little alcove there, and I got to watch Ronda and Sasha live, and man, did I enjoy that match. Like, again, like we have just such a deep roster of talent right now, like so much. But that combo was one that I was excited to see from the time Ronda came in, because Sasha is such like, I don't have any other word for her other than ring general. Like she's a leader. She is confident, and she's will direct some traffic. And I really appreciated, her getting that opportunity with Ronda, because the reaction in the arena was really hot. You know what I mean? And it wasn't necessarily in the roles that we thought we were going to get. Like, crowd was hating on Ronda a little bit, and cheering for Sasha. And there was just a lot of interesting stuff going on. But for darn sure, everybody was watching. All eyes were on that match, and they did a great job. And I thought we were going to get a tease on of Sasha maybe glomming her, some sort of. I was very curious what was going to happen at the end of that, but they're making us wait.
Yep,
we're still waiting.
And I that's what I took away from it too, is that Sasha really, you tell she was directed traffic, and that's not a knock on Ronda because she's only been doing this 10 months or whatever. But you could tell that Sasha really, she knows her stuff. And we had her on the pod 2 weeks ago, and, we're just talking about her path and everything. So it was nice to see her get that kind of match, that kind of, highlighted match again, and show that she can do it. And when you said the reaction wise, it's still a pro wrestling crowd.
Yeah.
And Sasha is still a pro wrestler first. Ronda was not a pro wrestler first. So there's still that outsider element, I think. And she's taken it like a duck to water, but there's still going to be that. And you saw those reactions with Becky the next night when Becky challenged her. When you have women that wanted nothing else but to be pro wrestlers their entire life, that's tough to hate.
Yeah.
As a wrestling fan, because
there's loyalty, and it's weird, but I mean, there's some loyalty to those that grew up that was their dream and they accomplished their dream, because again, I feel like that's relatable to the crowd.
Yeah.
What little kid out there wouldn't love to be, being AJ Styles with the gloves in the ring, and I think that's what they connect with a lot, that first. But then you have somebody that we love to hate because Ronda is picking it up so fast and is so talented, and I'm kind of bitter about that. It took me 20 years to figure that out. I'm she's just do here we go. But there's something could be there's jealousy involved in that. Man, this girl just walking in here thinking she could do this, but she's doing it. She's all the hype. The hype is real.
Yeah, if you don't back it up.
No, and she is backing it up. So I think there's where the love hate is. The kids see her doing it, and she is selling like a natural. Really,
yeah, her selling is great.
She's very, very natural, and that connects. And the kids that are sitting there as wrestling fans and maybe didn't watch MMA, they're just we like what you do.
And that being said, yeah, she still has a huge element of part of the audience that is does have her back. All right. We still got to talk about the hemp belt. So Royal Rumbles.
Rumbles really quick. Okay,
yes.
So I got to do commentary on the Women's Royal Rumble. So much fun. Always my favorite match of the year.
How hard is it to call a Royal Rumble?
How hard is it?
Yeah.
It's very hard.
It seems like that would be a disaster to try and wrap your mind around or your mouth around while you're out there.
Well, also, we don't really know, other than what names are announced in the ring for the audience. We did they did the reveal, and every 30 minutes they were revealing which females were entering the Royal Rumble. But that's all I knew. So the surprises were a surprise to me as well up till game time. You know what I mean? So you have to kind of have a great knowledge of all those possibilities. Luckily I knew a lot of women from the past. I didn't know who would show up. We watch NXT, so we knew the NXT talent, but I'm who else is going to be in there? I'm not sure. But we had some great surprises, a nice little cameo from Hornswoggle, and,
always good to see
Casey Canzaro. I was so pleased to see her out there. It was so great to see Rhea Ripley.
Candice LeRae.
Yes, women that I loved seeing, getting, and I don't want to say a new opportunity. They've been working hard in NXT for a long time, but, just yes. Oh yeah. I was really happy they got to shine in that, because we had 50,000 people there.
Yeah.
It was like mini WrestleMania. It was huge. The reactions were huge. It was a lively, hot crowd. And so it was awesome.
What was an interesting matchup that happened a lot throughout the match too was Charlotte and Lacey Evans.
Right. Yeah.
Those two stand face to face and you're man.
Yeah.
That's two.
That's a slobber knocker.
6 foot blonde Amazons, but
yeah.
But they matched up really well,
yeah.
and you knew, okay, that's going to be a match in the future.
Yeah, I think that's the cool thing about Rumble, and what I always love too. You're going to see little shades of what looks good, and ooh, I want to see that. I want a little of that. People get to lock horns that we haven't ever seen touch each other, and it was again they wanted to give Lacey a big introduction. She got some mic time before the match, and she came out with a lot of character and charisma.
For a while.
Yeah, she was in there for a while. She really got to show her mettle and mix it up with a lot of folks. She did a springboard moonsault, like this amazing moonsault. So she got to like have a shine moment in there. And her and Charlotte really like, they had a good little stare off there where you're like, ooh, I want to see more of that.
I'd like to see Ripley in that too.
Yeah. I
inject into that.
I have.
She's. Really, really like her.
Rhea's definitely. Yeah. She's one I've been watching from jump. And again, like when you talk about youth and athleticism and really coming into your own and finding yourself, like she's just revamped herself in such a good way where she stands out and she knows where she's going and what she's doing. And she'll be the first to tell you when she came in and was getting those Charlotte comparisons, she's like, this isn't me. I'm this, there's me inside me, but anyways, so that was awesome. And then, you got to talk about Nia Jax and the moment she had in the women's Royal Rumble and how she lasted and the impact she made. She's been a wrecking ball everywhere she's gone, everything she's done. And then, the surprise, shocking moment.
Okay, but we'll get there because first we got to talk about Becky.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, I'm all over the place.
That's why I steer
I'm so excited.
That's why I steer it, honey.
I just drank 6 yerba mates despite you.
Oh boy!
Because I'd be asleep by 8:30 p.m.
Well, that's true. That's true. So Becky.
Yes, Becky. So cool story again with Lana and for those that didn't watch the kickoff show, Lana got bounced off the apron and sprained her ankle, hurt her ankle, and so Becky coming in and taking her spot, and and what a great story that was. The underdog, Becky hurt her knee too at one point, having come off wrestling this like grueling match. Granted, Charlotte spent her time in the Royal Rumble, but what a moment like it was for Becky to kind of like be given that underdog and
also those two again.
Yeah.
After their history, the last woman standing match and just their year together. It felt fitting that they were in there at the end.
And the crowd I feel like the crowd looking forward toward WrestleMania, everybody kind of knows what they want. I think from jump, it's been like, we want Becky in the main event of WrestleMania.
Do you think that happens this year?
Do I think Becky's in the main?
Do you think the women main event WrestleMania?
I think absolutely 100% yes.
Putting on the spot.
Yes. Absolutely. I don't see, you asked me this like a year ago.
I'm asking you again as we get closer.
No, yes. I think like,
hot.
I am hot right now. It's all the yerba bomb spicy. But, but yeah, I don't know how else you do it. I think like if there ever was like a freight train of momentum where it's like the crowd wants it too. Our audience wants it.
Not only that, it's fresh, it's new, it's a matchup you've never seen.
Yes.
And this is no knock on Rollins and Lesnar. They'll have an amazing match, but we've seen it before.
Yes.
It's happened, I think, at a Royal Rumble. It's, and it'll be great. It just will be. But I think this is new and it's a matchup that's never been seen and it just feels like the groundswell and the time is right.
And above all things, like this is the most important thing to remember, which I believe in my heart, it will not disappoint.
No.
Both of those women will not disappoint. If that's what it ends up.
Yeah.
We shall see.
We'll see. All right. Men's Royal Rumble, Nia Jax comes in. starts chucking Randy Orton around, Ray around, eventually takes a 619 and an RKO.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went.
And she joined the club.
The club.
The dual Rumble club.
Oh, the dual Rumble club. It's elite.
It's China, it's you, it's Karma, and Nia Jax.
Well, that's the male Royal Rumble. The specifics are that's the 4 that have been in the male
Fair
Rumble. Because fans are getting very particular about this. There's only 2 that have been in both, but there's only 1 that's been in both on the same night.
Ooh.
And that is Nia Jax.
Ooh, wow, you're even taking it down even further.
Yes.
Wow, like a pinprick.
Yes.
You're like the head of a needle. You're
yes.
Wow.
Just picking at the scab.
I didn't
have
it. Oh, I did. Oh,
what?
I didn't pick it at the scab. I never thought of that. But you're right.
Yes, in one night.
Wow. Giddy up.
Giddy up.
And Rollins, I think, right guy. I think Drew could have been a right guy too.
Yeah.
But shaping up to be a good show.
Yeah.
Hemp belt. What this thing? I love that thing.
My friend made that belt. Wildcat belts. Drew Lazarchik made that belt.
There you go. Shout out, Drew.
Wildcat belts. Pittsburgh's own.
I saw that. I want that as a piece of furniture. Or not for. I want it as like a wall hanging in our house.
No, I don't think that would be good.
Like a piece of art up beside like one of my guitars.
Yeah, we'll put it in the suggestion box. Thank you.
All right. Anyway, I think,
but it's awesome. It is awesome. It's different.
And what
it's
he's
so cool.
Doing is so fun.
I love it.
And as any great heel, he's telling truths.
He stepped on a burger, a big, disgusting
but
Royal Rumble burger.
He's saying things that are true.
Well,
it's
that's
just
what I'm
people
saying.
hate to hear it, and the way he's saying it, they hate. A great heel always has to have truth laced into his argument.
Well, and honestly, it's like he's exactly the same as when he was a face. It's like he still stands for all the same values as that when he was coming at it from a positive perspective, but now it's like he's saying that he wants to change the world, but it's really, all about him. Yeah. Like it's just like
it's good stuff.
Villainy at its finest.
Villainy.
So
that was I mean, that was a busy week, and I know we're leaving some stuff on the table that we're not getting to, because guess what? We got a Q&A. But first, since I do have my beautiful wife here on the show this week, this is the perfect timing, because it's not going to truly feel like Valentine's unless there's a surprise bouquet of roses involved. This season, the biggest and brightest roses are only found at 1-800-Flowers.com. Right now, when you order early, 1-800-Flowers has amazing deals on vibrant and romantic Valentine's rose bouquets, arrangements, and more, starting at just, get this, $29.99. There's so many unbelievable deals from 1-800-Flowers, but you have to hurry. Roses from 1-800-Flowers are picked at their peak and shipped overnight to ensure freshness and her amazement. Bouquet prices will be going up soon, so take advantage today, like right now. Pick your delivery date and let 1-800-Flowers handle the rest. When it comes to Valentine's, don't settle for anything less than the Rose Authority. 1-800-Flowers.com. To order Valentine's bouquets, arrangements, and more starting at $29.99, go to 1-800-Flowers.com. Click the radio icon and enter code Awesomeness. Order today and save at 1-800-Flowers.com. Code word Awesomeness. All right, now let's do this Q&A. Let's get to it. Next one. You should be.
Are you going to grill me? Is that what's happening?
Well, no, I'm not going to grill you, because there's never a plan with this show.
I assumed there was. That's why I'm like, you'll carry me along. I'll just follow your lead. And you're like, there's no lead.
There's no lead. There's no plan. All I do is I throw it on Twitter and say, hey, we're going to do a Q&A. And you are witness to this. Okay. You are bearing witness. I am literally on my iPad looking at these questions for the first time.
I can confirm that.
Beth Phoenix.
Oh, no.
From Nicole Paulus. I'm sorry, Nicole, if I butchered that. If you had to return to have one last feud, who would you want to face? And also, who would you want your tag partner to be for the tag titles? I think you and Natalya would be an amazing team named Heart of a Phoenix. She missed the Divas of Doom, obviously.
Yes.
Because
it was a while ago. It was brief.
It's a double-headed question there.
So she's asking who I would want my next opponent to be, or my
if you could have one last feud, who would you want to face?
That's the first question.
Yes.
I probably would like to face Nia Jax, because I feel like that is kind of like an organic thing that kind of mixed well at the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay. Yeah. And now, who would you want your tag partner to be for the tag titles?
Oh, without a doubt, Natalya. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And be the Girl Heart Foundation, just so I can wear the glasses. And do Brett's little.
His
pose.
The Beth there is. The Beth there was. The Beth there is.
And the Beth there ever will be. That was my catchphrase in OVW.
It was your actual catchphrase?
I used it once in a promo. I'm not kidding. I'm the Beth there with. The Beth there is. The Beth there was.
How did I not know that?
I don't know, but awesome. I'm sure we could dig it up.
I'm going to try. I see another one for you. And this is good. They've heard me flop gums enough.
I don't know. Pretty sure it's your podcast.
Kyle Rancourt. If the women's division gets a mid-card title on both brands, their versions of the U.S. and IC titles, what should they be called?
That's hard to put me on the spot, because I feel like...
Or do you feel like there should be?
I don't feel like there should be yet. But here's my one... Like, if in the ENC world of rocket strapping, can I throw an idea out there and then maybe it happens? Is that how this works? I put it in the ether on your show, and maybe it will grow. So, because we've been kind of lobbying for these women's tag team championships, a mid-card title I don't think we have a depth of roster yet to have tag team championships, heavyweight championships and a mid-card championship. But if we, down the line, perhaps had an all-women's show, I feel like there would be room. Like if that happened at some point, if we had like an all-women's show, I think there would be room
outside of a pay-per-view. You mean you're talking like a weekly?
Yes. Yeah. Like if there was a brand created, you know what I mean, for women, a women's brand.
Yes.
Which I think is not out of the realm of possibility. Then I think that would be appropriate to introduce a title such as that. But I have no name for you because I'm not creative off the top of my head.
This one is for me, and I'll answer it real quick because I thought it was just kind of interesting. Joe Sar, love the podcast and the show. My question is, when filming the Chump Stain challenges, do you know what the topics are going to be beforehand, or the moment you are ready to film to see if you get thrown off your game when filming? No, we actually know what subject it will be, but we have no idea what's coming up, what's popping up, or anything like that. But we'll at least know, so there's no confusion in filming us trying to go, what, I don't understand the game. We will at least know the topic.
I can tell it's so real because of how real mad you guys get at each other. I can totally tell.
Jay this season in particular, really, really, because I won last season.
You get a little cranky too. I see it. I know the cranky face.
I did last season because it was the first one. Once I got one under my belt this season, I'm kind of like, okay.
Laying back.
If nothing else, it's just going to be tied. I'll have one season. I'll have one season.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Don't rest on your laurels.
It's already in the can, so I know who won this season. So, I don't think Jay could score on me in hockey. Prove me wrong. Okay, Rob Sawyer. Paul Henry for Beth. Which was more nerve-wracking, being in a Rumble or doing commentary for it?
Definitely commentary, because if I go and participate in the Rumble, if I mess up or fail horribly, it's only on me. It's my failure on myself, basically. But I feel like as a commentator, I want to do justice to everybody and highlight their stories and their, I want to help them get over, and help their story. That's my job as a commentator. So it was very nerve-wracking for me because I don't want to step on anybody or be a detriment. I want to encourage and lift everybody up, you know. And I think that's what's really challenging about commentary. That and 14 people talking in your headset and there's a lot of things that are going on while you're on your headset. But number one would be if you're wrestling, it's only on you for the most part.
And I think too, it's like you knew that.
It did, yeah. Wrestling is
commentary is new to you. So
it's something I did.
Pressure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Jeff Parnell. If you could steal another wrestler's past or present entrance or music, who would it be?
Oh my gosh. Well, we were just talking about this, and this is not any sort of bias. But the rated RKO,
you did talk about.
Remember, Smushed Together mashup or whatever was pretty darn awesome. But I get to steal their entrance, or I have to steal anybody's entrance
or music. Who would it be, past or present?
I don't know, probably Ray's, because that pop up thing where he would do his leapfrog and then land. Yeah, I just love that. And I'll granted, both my ACLs would probably blow out when I land, but it'd be awesome for the first and only time that I do it.
Yeah, so. Once you stood up and tried to walk after that, not so much.
That was a bad choice. Not a high flyer.
I don't know. It's tough, man, because I was part of the Brood entrance.
Yeah, I know. You're one that typically all of us would want to steal.
and even with my music, I'm biased, but...
are you going to choose your own?
No, I'm saying what I'm going to.
Okay.
But I'm saying I was part of the Brood entrance, which to me, it's hard to get. It was so good. I remember thinking every night, we're so lucky to have this entrance. This is so cool.
And then half of you is going, where can I catch on fire and die?
Right now.
My pleather coat is melting.
So what I would say is current Aleister Black's entrance is awesome.
My gosh.
The music,
yes.
the raise up,
that's wicked,
bam.
Yes.
That's right up my alley. Or Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Glass shattering, walking through at WrestleMania against Bret.
Fair enough. Yeah. Pretty good.
Gong, 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 gong. Okay. K, I just cracked my knuckle. Do either of you have any fun memories from your past Royal Rumble experiences? Anything you were particularly happy about from this year's Rumble? Double-headed question again. What I will say is that 9 years ago today, as we're recording this Thursday night, was the Royal Rumble from 2010.
9 years ago today.
Yes.
Ooh,
how crazy is this?
Crazy.
Where you were in the Men's Royal Rumble, and one me happened to win it.
So we were technically in a match together, although...
Technically.
Yeah.
And I won it.
No.
What?
I mean, well, you may have won the match,
What?
but you didn't formally beat me, so it doesn't count in any sort of rule book, I'm pretty sure.
So fun memories.
From the Royal Rumble specifically, there's so many. I mean, growing up, like my brother and I, like we would place bets and, you know, get in front of the tube and do the countdown together. And like, it was just this, I love Royal Rumble so much. And then seeing China come out, but then my own personal memory. So when I did the Rumble, the Men's Rumble 9 years ago, I was so amped up. And I remember, do you remember JTG?
Yes.
JTG was, I think he was either before me or after me, but he happened to have been like in the area when I was getting ready to go out. And like, this was one of those moments where the guys were there for me. Everybody was like pulling for me. There wasn't like, oh, we're putting a girl in the Rumble. You know, it was like, everybody was like, go out there and crush it. Like, I just had this such camaraderie, such a wonderful feeling that like people, every man involved in that spot was proud of me, and I wanted to make everybody proud. So anyways, I was so amped up out of my brain that when the countdown and the buzzer hit, like I had an out of body experience and I ran. I didn't intend to run.
You ran like Barry Allen, like the damn Flash out there.
I wish I had like somebody timed me, because I'm pretty sure I set a world record. I've never run like that and never since. But I was so amped up, like I said, on my brain. I had planned to walk, but my brain just like went in some other mode, and I ran to the ring and slid in and like smashed my thigh as I was going in. Like, I'm like, oh, I tore my quad. I'm okay, but I'm going to get through this anyways. So we did the thing. And then I come to the back, and I remember like, you know, we walk around the side. It wasn't like you don't walk through the sea of people waiting to go out. And I came around the side, and there was Undertaker, you know, and I think he was just scoping, or getting ready for his match. I can't remember, but he happened to have been there. And I go to walk by him, and he stopped me. He goes, girl, he's like, I have never seen you run like that. And he was just, it cracked me up so much that he was impressed, at my sprint to the ring. So, and of all the things I was proud of that night, that might have been the most exciting.
I was sitting on Big Show's bus because they snuck me in cloak and dagger and put me in a pseudonym at a hotel.
A druid costume. Did you get the?
But I also like had a fake name at the hotel.
Nice.
Matt Finish.
Matt Finish. Okay, Matt Finish.
Yeah.
Not Flip Sunset.
MATT.
Yes.
E.
Like the makeup in a girl's
Finish.
world. That's like.
No, we actually went with Matt, 2 T's, no E, but with 2 N's.
And nobody was suspicious of said name.
Matt Finish.
This is clearly a real person.
Yeah. And so they snuck me in, put me on Big Show's bus. So I'm on there with like Jericho, Cena, Dave, and Sean.
The last men standing.
And we were watching the Rumble. Mm-hmm. So I saw you come out, and I just remember thinking, this is awesome. This is so cool.
Were you thinking,
but my favorite,
that girl's going to break her ankle running like that?
She's going to blow out a knee running like that. But here was my favorite part. Okay, so
I know what you're going to say.
You know exactly what I'm going to say. You kiss the great Khali,
yes,
and you eliminate him. Khali reacts like somehow you kissing him is like gross to him.
Oh yeah,
and it's like it was so hilarious to me. It's like, what?
Yes. Well,
in what world?
Well, I appreciate that you're my husband and you are like putting me over right now. But it was so funny because when Khali hit the ground, the first thing he did was like hakaluki at me, and I was like, oh, and it kind of took me out of my like buzz for a second. I was like, oh, it wasn't that great for me either, bud. Thanks.
Well, here's the thing he doesn't understand. If he had sold it like he was enamored, it makes him look better rather than trying to work blah blah blah. But also we're talking about a guy who wrestled me in an over the top challenge match on Raw and stepped over the top rope to the floor to get me.
Maybe,
so there's that.
You know, we don't get paid by the minute.
Nope.
Let's finish it off quick.
Steve Appleton, Phoenixed one. On a scale of 1 to 27 and a bit.
Okay.
How proud are you of the barriers that have been not only broken down but demolished?
Demolished.
Edge and Christian, when are we getting Bert the Hurt on with you? Keep it up, guys. Northern Ireland hoser.
That's a very important question. When is Bert the Hurt coming up?
We got to have him on at some point.
I know.
You folks will never recover, though. I'm just saying. you won't.
Just by the name alone,
Picture
there's
Bob
some mystique.
Backlund mixed with the third person or first person promos like The Rock before The Rock did it.
Yes.
And he's insane. Between what
was the question again?
27 and a bit. How proud are you that everything's been demolished?
Of 190 million, because
wow,
I'm
that's
just
way over 27
that is
and
a
bit.
lot. I don't, I exaggerate a little, but no, I'm super happy. We're all excited, and like I said, it's not just the girls being like, yes, girl power. It's like all of us. The men are just as happy for the women being featured in a positive way, because you guys are all husbands, brothers, uncles, grandpas.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I used to hate like the gravy bowl stuff. I was like, what is happening here? Like, who's writing this shit?
Yeah,
it
didn't do anything for anybody. And now we're in a place where little boys and girls see women put in a positive light, and I would feel proud to bring my kid to see these, superheroes in action. So
now
my kid is your kid too.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Kids, sorry.
I was part of that.
I have a bad habit of doing that. I'll say my kid to you.
Oh, I know. Okay. We're going to keep this Q&A thing going, but I think Beth, she needs a break. She's not used to this, so I got to give her a break. And it works out pretty good because right now I want to tell you about Robinhood. It's an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission free. They strive to make financial services work for everyone, not just the wealthy. It's a non-intimidating way for stock market newcomers to invest for the first time with true confidence. Robinhood's simple and intuitive design provides easily digestible data at your fingertips. There's no commission fees. Other brokerages charge up to $10 for every trade. That builds up. But Robinhood doesn't charge commission fees. Trade stocks and keep all of your profits. It's an easy-to-understand design. Charts and market data. Place a trade in just 4 taps on your smartphone. Robinhood's web platform also lets you view stock collections and analyst ratings of buy, hold, sell for every stock. Right now, Robinhood is offering all Pod of Awesomeness listeners a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help build your portfolio. Simply sign up at awesomeness.robinhood.com. That's awesomeness.robinhood.com. All right, now let's get back to this Q&A. I think she's ready. This one's going to put you on the spot. Scott.
Why are you covering that?
Because I don't want you to see it. I don't want you to be able to prepare. At Mr. Sasha Banks. So I think you can see where this is going. Since Sasha urged Beth to make a return when you interviewed her a few weeks ago, would she fancy a Divas of Doom reunion to take on Boss and Hug Connection? And he's already got graphics of it made for the Women's Tag Team Championship.
Ooh, is that from the video game? It's like glowing and moving.
No, I think he actually made it.
Wow, how do people do such things?
I don't know, but he even has
these days.
He even has it for WrestleMania.
Oh my
MetLife Stadium, Sunday, April 7th, 2019. Scott, Mr. Sasha Banks is very prepared.
Yes.
Because Sasha was on the show, and she did say that she would love to have that match. Her and Bailey against you and Natty.
It's so cool. Like Bailey and Sasha are what we were just talking about. Those women that were lifelong wrestling fans.
Yeah.
And I remember when Sasha was a teenager coming to the shows and just like, taking it all in and wanting an opportunity and wanting to work hard. Like all she wanted was the chance to learn. Was like she came in as such a humble, smart, girl, blonde and grew into her own in NXT, and she's done so much. But it's a bad thing to ask a wrestler, well, are you going to come back for one last match? One more run? It's, I'm capable. But like I told, when I've been asked this question before, I've said, like, if there's a need, but right now the competition's so intense. I don't have an answer for that. I'm not coming up with a good answer.
You put her on the spot, Scott. When do you guys think, this is from Adam Cooper, what do you guys think about Lacey Evans, Candice LeRae, and the other female NXT talent? Who do you guys see running the women's division in 5 years? Thanks in advance. Woo, 5 years. Well, I think Bianca Belair.
Yeah, she's going to be a player for sure.
She's going to be a player. I think Rhea Ripley.
Yep.
I think Toni Storm.
Yep. Candice.
Yeah.
Casey.
Lacey Evans, Casey.
Reina Gonzalez has been tearing it up in NXT.
I'm going to tell you somebody else who you might want to look on the horizon for is Rock's daughter.
Oh, yeah. Simone. Yes. Absolutely.
I'm just saying that's coming, folks.
I know.
I have a feeling that's coming.
It's quiet because, I think she's been really careful in how she goes about getting her training. And I mean, gosh, talk about big shoes to fill. But Simone
but you know
is
what?
smart.
People said that about Charlotte, and look at what's happened.
No, what I'm saying is I think her mom and her dad, and I think she have a really great vision of how to accomplish this and go about it the right way. And yeah, she is a smart young lady and really representative of this generation of women. That's going out there and taking it.
And I guess that's to my point.
Yeah.
There's this whole new crop of women that are, and girls, at a younger age that are seeing this is a thing. Congrats. His daughter Julie is just, Bailey is it to her, and it's cool to see that.
Yeah, this is how Themyscira happened. It's just the women start taking over more and more. The Amazons are coming.
Gregory Dickens. Look at you, Gregory. What would be the best wrestling stable made up of Muppets?
Oh my gosh.
Amazing question. You don't even understand what this means to us. Who's the flyer?
Okay. Animal. Gonzo. Sorry. Gonzo's the flyer. I'm sorry. You're right. Gonzo's the high flyer.
Straight out of the cannon. The talker. Piggy.
Yep. Big Heat.
Oh, wait. The Haas.
Oh, Precious. Is it Precious?
No, it's not Precious.
Yes,
that's not his name.
Something like that. Why was it escaping me right now?
That's going to bug me now.
Yeah, it's hurting my soul.
And the pretty boy.
The pretty boy?
Beaker. What? No? Oh, okay. Kermit's the pretty boy, right?
Yeah, but he's not arrogant enough. I think you need
maybe somebody from Dr. Teeth.
Yeah, that was the Electric Mayhem. Yeah.
All right.
We know way too much Muppets.
Yeah, we do. Okay. Well, we already had that one, but we'll go with the second part. Tell us about the first time you realized Jay was a dick.
Oh,
pretty much the minute I met him. Brandon Disson. Do you think the loss of flash photography takes away the spectacle of high spots? Velveteen Dream jumping off the ladder with the elbow drop to Lars Sullivan seems less than Edge Spear Jeff Hardy due to no cameras flashing in the background. I never really thought about it, honestly. I think that just might be a change in audiences, period, like we talked about with Balor. I think so many people are busy filming things and not being in the moment. They're trying to film the moment so that they can watch the moment later instead of being it. Yeah. And I think that makes it harder for a performer, just because it's a different climate now.
It is different. It's really different. But there's some other things have changed, like technology. Like we have HD filming now. Like when you did that spot with Jeff, it was in standard def or whatever it was. And now it's like high def, so they can zoom up and see every booger on your face before you go to the spear. So it like the technology's changed in a positive way too, where we can really more camera angles. Like the producing and editing of the show is so it's evolved so much too. I get it. There was something really magical about seeing all the flash bulbs go off. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, we weren't able to get the Bray Wyatt entrance then.
Mm-hmm.
But, so there's that. Anthony Fitzpatrick, there was a zombie apocalypse. You can have 5 people to help you survive it. Who would you choose and why? Well, you.
Oh, thanks. I'm good for a couple things.
And I mean, it'd be the girls.
Yeah.
So there's 3.
But it's help you survive.
Oh.
The girls, I don't know how.
Yeah, but I don't care.
You get eaten for them?
No, I mean, I would help them survive. I'm not worried. Okay. You know what I mean? I would probably say Tommy because he would eat the zombies.
That's what I was going to say. I would probably pick somebody that would maybe, or if you run out of food, you could eat them, like somebody. It could provide a source of sustenance.
Tommy could feed me for a while.
I'm just saying, we're talking apocalypse. Not many convenience stores are going to be.
Definitely would not be Jay.
Oh
no,
you're so mean to him.
Whatever.
I feel like the dick thing might be it's a mechanism, a coping mechanism for all your meanness toward him.
Whatever. Sean T, what was Beth's favorite moment from the Women's Royal Rumble match last weekend?
What was my favorite moment from the Royal Rumble match?
Last weekend.
Oh, gosh. It was Becky winning. I mean, it was palpable in the arena. See my big word?
Nice.
It was palpable that the crowd wanted that so bad. And you know how sometimes, like, it's so satisfying to see that paid off. Like, I could just see, like, the crowd really truly got what they paid and came
wondering,
to see.
like, are they gonna
swerve us? And I could tell, like, there was that nervous energy.
Yeah.
You know, we were all wondering it, and like I said, I didn't know anything that was going on, so it was really interesting to see and feel that paid off. It was just satisfying. Like, all of us commentators just laid out at the end because the crowd was bananas and everybody was relishing that moment.
Banana. All right. This is a good one. Dave Cuff, because we don't talk about him enough, and I love him. Which superstar on the current roster who has never had a world title run is most deserving, and why is it Kofi Kingston?
Oh, we love Kofi.
I know.
Like,
well, that's
we're
what I'm
team
saying.
Kofi.
He's right.
Yeah, Kofi is. He is reliable. He's outstanding. He's an amazing human being. He's so talented. He's funny, whatever.
So charismatic.
Whatever they give him, whatever lemons he's gotten over the years, he's made into lemonade.
And he's gotten some lemons.
Yes.
And he's made them work.
Yes.
A fake Jamaican accent.
Yes.
Come on. But he somehow made that work.
He made everything work. And really, like, I feel like that is such a challenge in our business. It's a challenge to make it, don't get me wrong, but to stay there and to make money.
Think about the New Day at first.
Yeah.
And think about the initial incarnation of that gimmick and what they have turned it into.
Oh.
From like this preaching sermon thing.
Singing group,
to walking out with pancakes and boxes of cereal. I don't know.
Well,
but
I remember watching WrestleMania from the Skybox and seeing the giant box of cereal and the Bootios fall out. And I remember, like, legitimately thinking in my head, like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like, what is that? And it was amazing. Like, I want more of it. What is that? And I want more. But Kofi's amazing.
Yeah.
He deserves it so much.
You're right. We love Kofi. Good one there. Dave Cuff. That was from Dave Cuff. And I know we got to get going here soon because we're keeping you folks way too long. Martin Jameson, who would be in your dream 4 or 5 piece rock band? And I know you can answer this too. If I have these questions with Jay, yes, you can. Yes, you can. I know you can.
5-piece rock band?
Or 4 piece.
Can I?
Not 3 piece. We're not talking Wall of Sound. We're not talking Rush here. We're talking 4 to 5 piece. So we're looking at 4 piece Queen.
Okay.
We're looking at 4 piece Beatles. We're looking at the 22 piece Rolling Stones. So I know you can answer these questions. Don't even try.
Okay, I will attempt. You may have to help lead me through this. Okay, so on guitar, we're going Brian May.
Nice.
No questions asked.
Nice.
I am extremely biased, but yes, Brian May. Bass, we'll go Chris Novoselic.
Oh, wow.
Is that okay?
Yeah, but see, this is why I knew I could rely on you for this. Jay's just going to say Nick Carter or something.
Nick Carter. I'm pretty certain he doesn't play an instrument.
He probably, his voice is his instrument.
Okay, all right. Debatable.
Yeah.
Okay, drummers, I'm going to do Vinnie Paul. Can we use deceased people? Okay, yeah. So I'm going to do Vinnie Paul on drums.
Okay.
And then a vocalist?
You don't have a vocalist yet. You don't. If you want a rhythm guitarist, you could.
A rhythm guitarist?
You don't have to.
Not everybody's. I don't know who specifically plays rhythm guitar. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I'm gonna just do 4.
Okay.
But then my lead singer would be. It's a cheat because Queen's my favorite band, and I think
it's gonna be Freddie.
I think Freddie's the greatest singer of all time.
I think you're correct.
But then I have 2 pieces from Queen. Does that count?
I think that means you like Queen a lot.
I do.
That's fine.
Okay. I made that way harder than it needed to be.
It's okay. It's all right. Oh my gosh.
I can tell you're chomping at the bit though to give your picks.
Brian May.
Yep. See?
I know. Freddie Mercury.
I see?
I know.
You didn't go Bowie.
John. Oh my gosh. I still got to go Freddie. John Lennon rhythm because he can give you harmonies with Freddie.
I have a good soloist too.
Hold on a second.
Guitar.
You're not even going to. John Lennon on rhythm guitar with Brian May. Those harmony vocals. Okay. My gosh.
You're getting out of your seat.
I am.
You're getting all fired up.
I'm getting fired up. Drums, John Bonham.
Okay.
Bass, John Entwistle.
Okay.
Oh man, that was tough. That was a good question.
I was gonna say for lead guitar, I was gonna say Prince. I might throw Prince
Oh
in there.
man. But then you got to take out Brian May, and I just can't do it. I can't do it.
Okay.
All right. Good question, though, Martin. All right. Well, what do you think? 2 more?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
This has been really fun, though.
You don't have to say that.
No, it really has. Okay. All right. I'm trying to find some for you.
You've asked me a lot. What
I
about
know,
you?
but I answer these things all the time. Nobody wants to hear me answer these
I'm pretty sure they're listening for Edge and Christian. And all of your salty associates.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Gareth Bellward. With Sanity having Nikki Cross, any thoughts on other mixed sex stables? That was hard to say. I always like the idea of the bar with Becky Lynch and Nia Jax with App and Drew McIntyre. Who's App?
App? What? Where? Nia Jax
with App and Drew McIntyre.
I'm not sure.
That was auto-corrected to something.
Yes, perhaps.
What do you think?
So I love it. I love, obviously, the mix of having...
I got one already.
Oh, you're already formulating
a
mixed sex
stable.
Do you want to give me your stable?
Well, I don't know. For whatever reason, I think Pete Dunne and Rhea Ripley in a stable, to me, that's money, and that works.
I agree. I think that's fabulous, but here's my thought on that. I feel like the women are coming to a point now where I really like just letting the women work with the women, and women have promos with women and tag teams, and I really like seeing it's different to see the women standing on their own. No offense to the men, but I love watching what the men are doing, and I love watching what they're doing, and I kind of like that. I like that there's a little separation right now, and I like that, I like seeing what the women are doing in their own
realm.
Yeah, realm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not.
Well,
words are falling out of my face in not great fashion.
I maybe since you said this is basically, I'm one half of the show, and they don't want to hear you, and
they don't want to hear me.
Maybe seeing how it is 9 years to the day since our Royal Rumble. Andrew Biddick, does Beth feel bad that Edge holds a victory over her?
Oh,
he won the Royal Rumble.
Hey,
yes, Andrew. Yes,
Andrew.
Yes, Andrew said it. Therefore, it is true.
No, what?
So anyway,
what historical? Excuse
me.
Anyway,
folks,
on what historical basis? No, I do not. That is not true. You do not. It does not count in the victory books to have a victory in the Royal Rumble over everyone in the roster. I'm pretty sure that's written in there.
I disagree. The people who never won a Rumble always say that.
Oh no, that's not true. Man, I wish Jay were here to call you.
All right. Well, I think it's probably time to wrap this up, folks. The Birdman will be back next week. He'll be flapping his gums, flapping his wings. In the meantime, have a great week, and we'll talk about Ambrose and him apparently leaving and all that next week when Jay's back. We just didn't have enough time, honey.
Yeah, just my conversation meanders a little,
No, it's not true. It's not true. But until next week, hosers, we've had the Phoenixed one grace us with her fiery presence.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
I gotta do Jay's part this time. You do it. Here we go.